Why is this important? Why are these two guys up out of here? It's very important. Very important. It's a theme, and I think it correlates to what I've been saying about this draft class, especially, right? This draft class, we can all agree that this draft class is a developmental draft class. Like, we don't expect any of these guys to come out here and just bat 100 and knock it out the park. We don't expect them to hit the home run on their first time at bat. Okay, it's gonna take a little time. It's gonna take some time for our draft class to develop, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking them one bit. Okay, but what does that mean? That means that we're going to be relying on veterans. That means we're relying on veterans. Okay. So with those veterans, that's where we're handing out those contracts. Your Miles Sanders, all the Shy Tuttles, all of these guys that were brought in. The director of pro personnel is responsible for bringing and scouting those guys, identifying those guys, and bringing those guys in. That's what they're responsible for doing. So when you are an old team, for example, Panthers are now an old team. We went from a young team to an old team. We're now an old team in the league. Okay. But that does not equate to W's. And that is a huge problem. The talent that you're bringing in from a pro personnel standpoint, the veterans that you're bringing in, for some reason it ain't clicking. Like I said, your Miles Sanders, some of these guys that Hayden Hurst, all these guys that we brought in, it ain't working out. And might I add, some of these guys have been around for a pretty long time. For example, Hanrahan, who is the director of pro scouting, who was just let go, he's with the Panthers for 7 years after coming from Buffalo. 7 years.